Hi friends, I'm Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. Welcome to Whoop Wednesday live auction night. We're going to be doing another live auction, this time for a fresh build. This is the Ultimate Freestyle Tiny Whoop with the WeBLEED FPV 0702 28,500 kV Gore motors. The Ultimate Freestyle Tiny Whoop, I haven't really totally settled on a specific set of motors yet, other than the fact that 702s for sure, and higher than 26,000 kV. Really higher than 28,000 kV, these are 28,500s. For me personally, lately, I've been really digging the 32,000 kV motors, but Jesus, are they a handful. And they might actually be a little bit too much for people that aren't completely obsessed with being the best pilot they possibly can be and haven't put thousands and thousands and thousands of batteries in over the last 6 years. To be honest, this is probably the right setup. These 28,500s are a lot. The Tiny Whoop 30,000s are even more nutty. and then the 32,000s are even more nutty. And the 32,000s are hard even for me to fly. So if you're a better pilot than me, you'll be totally fine with the 32,000s after a while. It's going to take there's a big adjustment period to these motors. If you're not as good of a pilot as I am, this might be it, man. This might be the ultimate freestyle tiny whoop for you. I mean, to be super honest, like, there's something to be said for the slightly lower KV. It's a little bit easier to fly, and it's maybe a little bit more accurate. So I don't know. This might be the best setup. I haven't really decided yet. Like the higher KV motors, they're a little bit more fun, but sometimes I feel like I miss more stuff with that, and with this one, with a just hair less power with these motors, I should say. I maybe hit the gates inverted upside down and going backwards a little bit more often, and so yeah, I've got to do some more. I mean, I'm constantly testing. I need to pay a little bit more attention to which one I fly better with. But regardless, these 28,500s are amazing. These particular ones are discontinued, but there is going to be a V2 coming soon from WeBLEED FPV. So yeah, a little bit of a unique rig. You're not going to be able to get these specific motors ever again. And because of that, I am including one extra motor with this rig. Did I not put it into this box? Where's it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it? It's somewhere here. There will be an extra motor with this rig. Here it is. So that if/when you blow up one of these motors, you're good to go. You can always replace. So these are all of these 0702s at the moment are made by Happy Model. So you can just grab one of the Happy Model 26,000 kV motors and pull the bell off of that, and you'll be able to swap that on there. Pulling the C-clips successfully from these little guys is kind of a pain in the ass, admittedly. So yeah, that's a little bit of a toll. You know what's funny is the extra motor that you're getting. Whoever wins this, I've actually already done that with. So yeah, the extra motor is a 28,500 kV stator, the Gore stator, but then it's got a Happy Model 26,000 kV bell on it. So yeah, and if you don't believe me, you can just tell by the fact that wait, hold on. Yeah, there's a PCB. The Happy Model 26,000 kV motors do not have the PCB. They are just direct. The motor wires are direct soldered to the windings. So yeah, that's what you're gonna get, is this extra motor with it in the little Gore edition case. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that at 7 o'clock. I made a little bit of a tactical error with my naming of this live stream. In the name of the name of this live stream is Live Ultimate Freestyle Tiny Whoop Auction at 7 o'clock. And nobody's in chat. Not nobody, but only a couple of people are in chat. I think everybody thinks that the stream is starting at 7 o'clock. You know, thus putting by my putting 7 o'clock in the title of the stream. I just, for some reason, assumed that everybody would remember that Whoop Wednesday streams start at 6 o'clock, which is silly. It's silly that I assumed that. So yeah, we might be a little bit light until 7, but that's okay. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. It'll be a not private, but it'll be a cozy stream. For a little bit. Frank Nicholas is text messaging me. Why? Ready-made RC. Oh, cool. Closeout stuff. Very cool. Very cool, I say. Ready-made RC always has some really good closeout stuff. You gotta dig. It's whoo boy, they've got a lot of stuff, and they've got a lot of like airplane stuff and all kinds of stuff that doesn't really matter to, although it looks like their closeout section is a lot smaller than it used to be. It's only 6 pages now. That's awesome. It used to be like, Christ, almost 20 pages. So yeah, that's a lot more manageable now. Very cool. In the chat, Mr. Huggy was first, Recyclops was next, Mr. Blue Sky, Shadow 104, CMYK, FPV, Ram Donko, Fractal Eyes, DNS, Jules, Northern Tier, Marcel Off Axis, Flush FPV, Tuner Taxi, Mr. Blue Sky again, Tommy B. What's up, friends? Congratulations to all of you watching right now. You figured out that the stream starts at 6, but the live auction doesn't start until 7. Good work. Good work. The smart people are here. That's a horrible thing to say. The people with good memories are here. There we go. How about that? Hey, this is also a Q&A live stream, as they all are. Fill the chat up with any questions that you've got. And we're going to be repairing the Mobula7 tonight and finding a better camera setup for this thing. What I've realized is, so the clear Mobula7 ELRS canopy, what happened is the mounting post in the front ripped right off. And what I realized is that I'm using this newbie drone canopy, right, like the toothpick style canopy. And what I realized is that with this canopy, whenever so this thing is for jungle gym bashing, right? Put it on this one. It'll sit on this one a little bit better. So while jungle gym bashing, you're hitting pipes and you're slamming down, and you're constantly hitting it like this. And what that's doing is trying to rip the front post off of the frame, right? And these little posts are pretty skinny and narrow and made of plastic. So this is just the wrong canopy for this kind of setup. The Goober canopy is a much better idea, because the Goober canopy has, I can't believe I don't have one. I have like 7,000 of them. The Goober canopy is basically this, but reversed. So the 3 points where it mounts are sides and rear, and then the camera faces up like this. So with the Goober canopy, when it's going to get hit, it's going to push into that rear post. Rather than trying to rip the front post off, it's going to push the rear post down, and that's going to be a lot more durable. The only problem with the Goober canopies is that they're like a more brittle plastic, so they have a tendency to crack and break. This like canopy that we typically use for toothpicks is a softer plastic, so it holds up a lot better. But I don't want to go breaking these frames anymore. Using the newbie drone camera was a little bit of an experiment. I kind of thought, like, you know, why? So the newbie drone camera is a little bit wider angle, and it looks really good when it's going through a Mobula VTX. And so I thought, like, okay, it'll be wider angle, which will give a little bit more of a sense of speed. And I was kind of thinking that because this is going to get flown outside. Typically when you fly tiny whoops, they feel like you're going really slow, because when you're outside, you have a tendency to kind of cruise around like 1 or 2 feet off the ground, so you don't get that sense of speed of the ground screaming towards you. When you're flying inside, usually you're flying like slammed down on the carpet. And the lower you go, the more in your video frame is filled up with the ground whizzing by you. So when you're flying around in the house, you feel like you're going fast because you're nice and low, and like half your screen is the carpet whizzing by. Or for you guys, it would be like this. Whereas when you're outside and you're a couple of feet off the ground, you've only got like the bottom little bit of your view with the grass kind of flying at you. And one of the things you can do to get more of a sense of speed is to go wider angle. So that's why I went with this newbie drone camera. You know, I can do like whatever camera on here. Maybe this is our, maybe this is when I test out the Foxier Pico Razor. I can put this into, like, maybe I'll put this into one of the McStinky mounts, and we'll throw that on there. The McStinky mounts, yes, they are similar to this mount where they tie into the sides and the front, but they're TPU mounts, so they're just gonna, the TPU is just gonna take the hit. The TPU is not gonna be strong enough like this thing is to rip the front post off. You know, I could always go with a Mobula7 canopy. There's nothing wrong with them. They would be pretty much indestructible because, again, it's got the attachment point in the rear rather than the attachment point in the front. The only problem with this canopy is the only camera that works in it is the RunCam Nano 3. Our current RunCam Nano 3 works great inside, but it looks awful outside. So at that point, I need to use one of my OG super rare RunCam Nano 3s with that very early lens, of which I only have 2, and I don't know, that maybe makes sense because then I can have like my Ultimate Freestyle 65 and then the Ultimate Freestyle 75, and they've both got the same camera. Like, that's pretty cool. But that camera is not all that great outside either. I like that camera inside. So yeah, what I think we'll do is, because I haven't even plugged this in yet, we'll fire up this Foxier Pico Razor, and we'll throw it in a McStinky mount, and we'll put that on this guy in a smoke crotch gray frame, and we'll go smash some more jungle gyms, yo. Hey, anybody do websites? Anybody interested in making me a super simple website? I want it to be like impossibly easy. Like, I would rather have it be more template based so that I can easily update it than it being super hyper custom. And yeah, I don't want to go crazy with it. I want to replace the link tree, so just a bunch of simple links. Also, I would prefer for you to be like a super ultra OG hardcore fan that's gonna stick around for hopefully ever. Like, if you're a brand new fan, you might get sick of me and my brand of humor and my obnoxiousness. So if possible, you know, the most OG fans will get priority, because yeah, if you've been around for a while already, hopefully you'll kind of stay around, because I'm very dumb when it comes to computers. So you know, 2 years from now, if you're sick of me already, I you know, I don't want to be bugging you for more website info because I'm dumb and can't figure shit out. So yeah, I just want a spot to have a couple of links. Super simple, like, you know, hire me, maybe like, I don't know, super simple. I do want to be able to put some builds on there. I want to have a page for the Ultimate Freestyle 65. I want a page for the Ultimate Freestyle 75. And I want to be able to put a bunch of affiliate links in there for those. But that's really about it. Like the super basic-y website stuff, just a little bit more of a, yeah, just a little bit more professional, so that if somebody searches Atlanta FPV on Google, hopefully they find my website and know that I'm a freestyle pilot here in Atlanta. Linktree doesn't do all that well when it comes to search engine optimization. So yeah, if anybody's down, and somebody that's willing to do it for free, because I got no goddamn money. So I know that's a long list of requirements for nothing. But hey, if anybody's down, that would be awesome. If you're not down, I don't blame you. Because I'm asking for a lot for nothing. So yeah, don't feel obligated in any way, shape, or form. What else are we doing tonight? I think that's all we're doing tonight. But hey, in 34 minutes, the live auction of the first full-blown Ultimate Freestyle Tiny Whoop will begin. And yeah, we'll see where it goes. The bidding starts at nothing. It starts at $1. And yeah, we're going to do it exactly the same way that we did it last time. Where yeah, we just do it right in the chat. You just type your bid into the chat, and then the next person bids higher. I do this thing for a little while, and then I get sick of it and stop. And then at 7:30, the bidding ends, and whoever has typed the highest number into the chat has to go over to PayPal and pay me right away. I'll give you like, let's say 10 minutes. So at 7:40, if I don't have PayPal, it goes to the next person in chat. And then at 7:50, if I don't have PayPal, it goes to the next person in chat. It doesn't start yet, Ramdonko. It has not started yet. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That worked hysterically well with the. I'm already rebuilding the 75, the Mobula7. It worked hysterically well for that little newbie drone build, and so yeah, let's do it again. There's no real reason to change. Come on, you little bastard, get in there. I'm using different rubber grommets for this one, and they're being annoying. This Mobula7 V4 frame is great, but this is like the one annoyance. I remember this from last time. This is like the one annoyance. They give you rubber grommets that are like a little bit taller, and they go on here really, really easily. But one of those ripped, and I don't think I have I don't have an exact replacement. So I'm just going with regular old. These are actually newbie drone grommets that I'm using here. Yeah, the AIO sits a little bit farther down with these, but it clears completely fine. There's nothing but space under this board. And just like that, we are good to go. So all is right with the world. We are on newbie drone grommets, bringing a little bit of newbie drone to the Happy Model Ultimate Freestyle, whatever, Mobula7. Why is there a screw missing? Whenever there's a screw missing with a Tiny Whoop, it's always stuck to one of the Tiny Whoop motors. Always. 100% of the time, it's stuck 50% of the time. 100% of the time. In the chat, if you'd like to talk directly to me, all you've got to do is type CiottiFPV. If you do that, it'll light up an orange like this, and I'll know that you're talking to me. You can do that to each other. If you want to get somebody's attention in chat, just type their name and spell it right. This is my full-time job. If you would like to contribute to the madness that is trying to do FPV full-time, CiottiFPV.com is the spot to do it. As it says here, Patreon helps me the most. Over on Etsy, I've got some really fun stickers and hardware. Over on Fiverr, you can work directly with me one-on-one. Take advantage of the 6+ years of knowledge that I've got, and you can just rapid fire questions at me, or we can kind of, I have a loose kind of almost curriculum that I can go over with you in reference to flight instruction, you learning to fly better, tuning, learning to tuning your rigs, and me teaching you what each of the adjustments is doing so that you can adjust them in the future, and build planning, picking the right parts and building a rig that fits with how you want to fly, where you fly, all the good things. Or we can kind of freestyle the session and you ask me a ton of questions and we talk directly about it. And yeah, you can either spend 20, 30, 40, 50 hours watching these live streams to get as much info as possible, or we can work together for 30 or 60 minutes and you can just get the exact info that you want and need and have been wondering about. It's not going to cost you a lot of money, and a lot of times that knowledge will save you from buying the wrong thing. And the second that you buy the wrong thing, you've wasted about the amount of money that it would have cost you to spend a half an hour on Zoom or Skype or on the phone with me. So yeah, hop on over to Fiverr and or just message me and we'll set something up. Over on Teespring, I've got some really fun shirts and a really cool little kill-all carbon tote bag that's perfect for putting your broken carbon in, or just anything that doesn't fit in your flight bag. PayPal is how you support me without the evil overlords at Google and YouTube taking 30%. Super chats are great and all, but PayPal is even better. If you do a PayPal, just tag me in chat and say, yo, check your PayPal. And then I've got a whole bunch of affiliate links. Affiliate links are super important for those of us that create content. Why is that there? Bueller? Yeah, affiliate links are free money. And when you're doing an order on the internet, somewhere, there's probably a content creator that has an affiliate link. If you can take 5 seconds to check and click their affiliate link before you check out, they'll keep making content. WeBLEED FPV, Newbie Drone, FPV Cycle, Amazon.com, Get FPV, Oh My God, HD0, Flywoo, Emacs. I've always had this Emacs affiliate link, but I completely forgot about it until today. Banggood, Camera Butter, AliExpress. Those are all the affiliate links I personally have. If you change your bookmarks to any of these websites to my affiliate link, right, like copy link address when you right-click on it, you won't even have to think about it. Every time you hit your bookmark to go to HD0's website, it'll trigger my affiliate link in your shopping cart, and away you go. There's some other fun stuff down here. Hang out, click some buttons. You're gonna love my nuts. What else is going on, friends? Let me get caught up on chat here. CMYK tagged me and said, "What's up, CiottiFPV and Gangly Gang?" Ram Donko says the Mobula7 HD appeals. There's gonna be a Fractal 75 HD at some point here. But that's at least a couple of weeks away. Tuner Taxi says, what's up? Fractalize says, I'm digging the new prop tool. As props are no problem at all. Yo, so I used the new Tiny Whoop prop tool last night, and I am thoroughly impressed. On the previous live stream, I'd said like that I think the chip lifter might still have scenarios where it's a little bit better. I don't know about that. I don't really know about that. That maybe is still true, but I am really impressed by this. The reason why I think that might be true is that the chip lifter, it's a little bit narrower. It doesn't increase in thickness as quickly as the Tiny Whoop tool. Maybe you can see that. Hold on, let me see if I can show you that. There you go. See how the Tiny Whoop tool here, it kind of goes from... It increases in thickness pretty quickly, whereas the chip lifter stays pretty skinny. This thoroughly impressed me last night. It fits damn near perfect in between the bottom of the prop and the top of the motor, and then you just kind of work that. You don't even use this plunger initially. You just kind of work this under there, and you sort of just keep your finger on the other side of the motor, and it just digs right in. And then if you can get it, like I was able to just then pull up and pull the propellers off. But if the prop is really being stubborn, you're then going to get this thing centered and push the plunger down. And the plunger is going to engage with the motor shaft here. This little pin is actually just going to push down on the motor shaft and just pull the prop off of the shaft. What we normally do is we pull the propeller off the bell of the motor. Like we're pulling the whole assembly up and off. This actually only puts the force into the plastic propeller. So yeah, this is absolutely brilliant. This Tiny Whoop prop puller is a must-have for certain. Yeah, you're only hurting yourself by not having this. And I think it looks like it'll even work with 1.5 millimeter. So let me show you guys how it's done, actually. And we'll test if it works with 1.5 mil motor shafts at the same time. So you're going to brace your finger on the other side here so that you're not, this is how you prevent from bending the bell at all. And then you're going to put this little guy right in between the propeller. Hold on, let's change cameras here. let's do this on the close-up cam. What do you say? All right. Let's see what I can do to kind of show this to you guys. So you're going to brace your finger across here on the other side, and then you're just going to tuck this guy in like this, and you're going to pull the plunger up. You want to get that motor pin out of the way. So you're going to put this right into the side. Let me bring the light down a little bit. So you're going to put this right into the side here, and you're just going to kind of wiggle it up and down to work, because you're working it in between the prop and the bell. And you're just going to kind of work it in there. And then at some point, so it works on 1.5 mil shafts. So at some point, it's going to pull the propeller up just a tiny little bit. So initially, it's just like a little pry bar. But then at some point, just like you saw there, it's going to pull the propeller up enough to get under the shaft. At this point, I could just pull up on this propeller. These are GemFan bi-blades, and they don't fit too tight on the motor shafts. But if for some reason this was fitting too tight on the motor shaft, I just push that plunger down, and then that's it. Like, this is brilliant. Like, the angle that this bottom piece is, like, everything about this is absolutely awesome. So yeah, when they come back in stock, because I'm pretty sure they went out of stock super quick when Jesse put them up the other day. When they come back in stock, just buy one. I mean, just don't wait. Don't, like, I mean, buy some other stuff while you're at it, of course, but don't, like, add it to your cart and then, like, oh, I'm going to let my cart sit overnight and I'm going to think about it. No. Put a bunch of stuff in your cart and just order one, because it's just perfect. It's really, this is it. This is the end-all, be-all in terms of pulling tiny whoop propellers. And it's rad that it works on 1.5 millimeter motor shafts too. That's incredibly good news. So hey, let's get this Mobula7 thrown back together here. It's 6:38. We got some time before the Ultimate Freestyle Tiny Whoop live auction begins at 7 o'clock. Let's get to it. I'm going to try to remove these motors and replace these motors in the exact same locations on this other frame so that I don't have to change the motor direction in Betaflight. Tuner Taxi says the people with notifications on are here. Yeah, it's true. Hey, subscribe, hit the bell thing, do the YouTube things, and then you'll find out about these live streams and you'll be able to come hang out. Click the thumbs up button if you'd like. It helps with things. So this is basically motor 1 that I just removed. So I'm going to put that in the motor 1 spot on the new Smoke Crotch Gray frame. Hold on. What? Yeah, no, we're good. Okay. Oh, I forgot how annoying. The only thing about this Mobula7 frame is it's the location of the motor holes makes it a little difficult to get the motors on. I mean, it's no big deal, but it's a little bit more of a pain than the other ones. But the trade-off is that the frame is stronger. They put the motor holes in the locations that they did to maximize the strength of the frame. So I'll take a stronger frame where I have to remove the motors less often over with slightly annoying mounting over a weaker frame that I have to replace more often every day of the week. Tommy B says, what's up, Ciotti and Gangly Gang? Northern Tier says, glad to see you, man. Cheers, everyone. I see here, too. Tuner Taxi says, super excited. CiottiFPV just bought a new car. I did? What? What new car did I buy? That's news to me. Rockcrawler FPV says, hey, Ciotti and everyone. CMYK says, I do web, but SEO isn't my primary. We can hire out since UTL. I didn't realize that you did web stuff, CMY. That's pretty amazing. To be honest with you guys, if CMYK can do anything web related, I'll probably end up going with him because he's the one that I'm gonna beg to do the banner graphics and shit like that. So yeah, if I didn't realize you knew anything about web, brother. That's very exciting. So yeah, more More CiottiFPV work being dumped on CMYK FPV soon enough. I'm the worst, but you guys are the best. So I'm a very lucky guy, very 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 lucky to have a group of people surrounding me like you folks. Hold on, I gotta scroll down and chat. Jesse Garcia says, oh, farts. No, he says, honestly, Squarespace, it's like $150 a year. I know it's not free, but it covers everything, super easy to use, templates and whatnot. You type in keywords and it does all the SEO crap too. You know, I've thought about it, but $150 a year is fine. I can handle that. That's, you know, what, like $12 a month? That's whatever. Especially if that covers hosting. Right now, I have CiottiFPV hosted on GoDaddy, and so if I can like move it over to they're not free either, but it's unbelievably cheap. And then I just have it set to like push to Linktree. So if Squarespace can kind of replace GoDaddy, and it's only $150 a year, and that includes hosting. That's an absolute no-brainer, and I've heard from so many people that Squarespace is super easy, so that might be the way that I go. But yeah, I figured I would ask and then let you guys tell me that. You know what I mean? Rockcrawler says, have you looked into the HD0 Whoop Light package? It says 7 grams of total BTX cam and cable. I think I have that, so I didn't buy. FPV Exchange sent me a long time ago a Mobula7 HD0 for me to test and figure out what the best motors were for and all that good stuff, which we finally did, I don't know, a month and a half ago or so. There's a live stream with all that in it. If you search my channel for HD0, you'll find it really easily. And I'm pretty sure that the HD0 Lite is in there. That rig came apart, and it is going to be reborn in a fractal 75 frame as some sort of like a little, I don't know, like kind of Cinewhoop, but not really. I was not impressed at all with HD0, if I'm honest. The extra, so it's basically a 4 gram weight penalty, all said and done. But unfortunately, that 4 grams is a lot on a 65 millimeter tiny whoop, and it really, it makes the whoop just not, it just makes it heavier than what I'm willing to fly. So at that point, it's like, all right, let's put it into a 75 millimeter frame. The same thing kind of happens where like 4 grams is still a lot, even on a 75 millimeter frame. Yeah, I'm having such a hard time with HD0 because like it doesn't really look good enough to offset the weight on smaller rigs, and then on bigger rigs I want more VTX power, which, you know, right now it's either 200 milliwatts or 1,000 milliwatts, but that 1,000 milliwatt VTX is absurdly expensive and heavy and gigantic. So and I'm not a racer, right? So like the slightly lower latency doesn't really do much for me, and it's really expensive and all these things, right? So like, I'm having a rough time with HD0, but I do want to put it into something. Like I do want a rig with it, and I think I have it figured out finally. Like, so this is the Jungle Gym Basher here, and it's gonna stay analog. I want this thing to be absolutely as light and as high performance as possible. And super durable. I want this to just be infinitely durable. That's the other thing. The HD0 camera goes into that little canopy, and that canopy broke within a couple of batteries. I could probably find another canopy that's heavier duty. At some point, I'm sure that rig will do some jungle gym bashing. But I don't know, we'll see. Man, now I'm rethinking everything. Because if I put it into the fractal frame, then it's got that weirdo camera mount. I do have some other... kind of rethinking it now. Well, for right now, I'm not going to change this build. I'm going to put this build together the rest of the way. Once we dive back into HD0 land, I might wire that up to this exact rig because, yeah, that'd be kind of cool. It would, so there would be a 4-gram weight gain from HD0 versus analog. And then there'd be another little bit of a weight gain from needing to run a really beefy canopy. But it would be fine. It would be fine. But yeah, for right now, I want this thing on analog to be as lightweight and just totally bulletproof as possible. So we're going to keep this thing going. But yeah, down the road, at the very least, the plan... before like 5 minutes ago was to do a Fractal 75 build with these Flywoo Robo 1002 32,500 kV motors. I love these motors, and I will have a build with these motors. It'll be a 75 build. It makes an awful lot of sense for those motors that are super grunty and super powerful to live on a slightly heavier 75 millimeter build, thus them being destined for HD0. The reason why I'm now kind of questioning it is it would be really cool, like this build here with these 0802 27,000 kV iGao limited run motors. This has plenty of power. So this would do totally fine with HD0, and it would be cool to have HD at the jungle gyms and or the swing sets and or whatever. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. I'm glad that I'm going through this little mental exercise right now because this is kind of what happens with me. I think of stuff a lot of times as I'm telling you guys about it, and then yeah, I'll kind of figure it out. I just noticed something. This little FPV cycle ratchet wrench, it's hex in there, and I wonder if it's M5 hex. Let me see. Hold on. Nope. Well, that's annoying. That would be very cool if that was... Oh, excuse me. If that would work with M5 nuts. Because I have this because it's got the 3mm on it for the FPV Cycle 2104 motors. It would be cool if in a pinch I could use this on 5-inch motor props. But can't. Ramdongo says, heard Fractal a lot. Is that a frame build? It is, yeah. Search Fractal 65 or Fractal 75 frame on Google. You'll find it. Very interesting frame. It doesn't... Thus far, my experience with it is that it doesn't solve any problems that we've got. It's just kind of cool for the sake of being cool. And there are some things that I don't like about it. I am going to give it another chance. I've got a 65mm motor-to-motor Fractal build that I'm going to be doing. But, yeah, other than that, it's just kind of... yeah, it's yet to blow me away. And without... And it's a little bit heavier than our traditional setups. So, like, if there's not an advantage, why would I do it, right? Like, I don't do builds just for the sake of being different. I know that's like kind of big on YouTube, right? But I'm not. I'm not in this to just be big on YouTube. I'm in this to do build combos that fly as good as possible. So yeah, it's just it's not bad. Don't get me wrong, and it's about to be the recommended frame on Joshua's website for 65 millimeter expert high quality builds, because it's the only tiny whoop frame that I've been able to find that you can put the T motor AIO into. And so yeah, and you know, with that being like the expert build, it's for people who are expert builders, and you're gonna need people that like building, right? And that's a perfect frame if you like building, because it turns a tiny whoop build into a little bit more challenging of a tiny whoop. Not super challenging, but a little bit more challenging than just like dropping an AIO into a plastic frame and calling it a day, right? There's some cool stuff about it. A lot of customization to it. You know, one of the things that I realized today about it, while doing a little bit of work for the Ultimate Shopping List on Joshua's channel, is that you can actually run it without prop guards. So it's kind of cool if you want to have one rig that you can do like higher speed outdoor flying with, and then bolt ducts onto it and fly it inside. I didn't really think about that before. Like, that's pretty slick. That prevents you from needing to buy one of these like Garden Ripper kind of builds that I don't like anyway. You know, what I like about it is that you can take the ducts off, fly it outside, and then realize like it doesn't make any sense, and then you can put the ducts back on it, rather than doing an entire build, an entire ductless build, and then realizing that it doesn't make any sense. So that's what I like about it most, I think. Adam C says, just got home from work. Steady Eddie says, just finished my Fractal 75 HD0. I love it. Super fun. Tuner Taxi says, no, I bought a new car. What'd you get, dude? Tuner Taxi also says, have you seen Foxier's new, oh my god, 5-watt VTX? No. Jesus Christ on a cracker. Jesse Garcia says, I'll post a link to my business site in Discord, all done, just picking options and typing in text boxes, super easy. $192 a year. Inflation is a son of a bitch. Nice, Jesse. That's one that you did on Squarespace, I think. It sounds like. Northern Tier says, what battery have you found works best for this rig? I missed it if you mentioned it earlier. It depends. There are two. You're going to go with either the WeBLEED / Tiny Whoop 450 or the Emax 300. And yeah, it's all about, what do you want? More runtime or better flight performance? The lighter battery will give you better flight performance. The bigger battery will give you more runtime. The Tiny Whoop WeBLEED FPV 450 is BT 2.0. The Emax 300 is GNB 27, which you can certainly then convert to BT 2.0, or, you know, GNB 27 is fine. There's been, every once in a while, you'll hear somebody complain that the connector's not making contact, but that's pretty few and far between. It's a pretty good connector. And I actually have an affiliate link. Here's an affiliate link. If you're going to go GNB27, do it with my affiliate link, if you don't mind. There's a 6-pack of those batteries on Emax's website. And I just dropped the link into the chat. Look at this. It's a 6-pack, and it also comes with a little lead for you to solder directly onto the rig. And it even comes with an adapter. The adapter is going to be the pain in the ass with GNB 27, because how the hell do you charge these damn things? None of the chargers have GNB 27 on them, and one adapter is nice and all, but you're not going to want to charge one battery at a time. So you'll need to source, realistically, yeah, you'll need to figure that out. But those batteries are great. Those are great batteries. Those 300s. They definitely perform better than than any other of these small, wide, fat 1S batteries. Hey, the gear that I use and trust is all listed out down below in the description of these videos, and it has recently been updated. So check it out. You're gonna love it. It's all affiliate links, and it's literally the gear that I personally use and think you should buy. So do it, or else. We're ready for a camera on this thing, and then that's pretty much it. There's really nothing to do after that. 6:56, 4 minutes, the live auction for the Ultimate Freestyle 65 begins. So let's hurry the hell up and get a camera on this thing. I'm going to put this Foxeer Pico Razor on because I'm very curious as to how this camera looks. You cannot hook a remote up to it. That is the big difference between this and the Caddx Ant Lite. So hopefully the factory settings are good. Otherwise, I'm going to be pissed. No, I'm not going to be pissed. It's just not going to be a great camera option. But I've heard really good things about it, so I'm sure it's totally awesome. Camera is plugged in. I'm going to struggle to get the AIO back down on the little shafty boys here. But we got it. Let's check my stash. Oh, no. We are going to durability test. Yes. We are going to durability test some of these resin printed McStinkies. This is fantastic. I absolutely love this. I just need to figure out which one is the right one. So this looks like, yep, this is the right one. So yeah, these, I forget who sent these. When I do the actual comparison of everybody's 3D prints, I'll have everybody's names in front of me. But right now I do not. No, this is actually a little too small. We need the big McStinky for this camera, I'm guessing. So let me find a big McStinky. Hey, these resin printed McStinky mounts are available for purchase. Just message me, and you have to buy a sticker to get one, but that's a small price to pay. And stickers will make your life better. No, it's not. It's not a biggin. It's not for a biggin. Must be for a small one. But it was definitely not love and life. Trying to fit into the into this little McStinky. Maybe this, this camera has a little bit of a thicker body to it. I think this is going to need to go into a TPU McStinky so that there's a little bit of stretch to it. These standard McStinkies are really meant for the flatter camera, the regular Caddx Ant Lite, I believe it is. So let's grab one of the regular McStinkies that that Chris Dion recently sent me in purple and red. Let's use one of the purple ones. And that looks like that's the right one. It sure is. All right, so let's see. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this TPU just, yeah, this particular camera prefers the TPU mounts because it's got a big thick body. Oh, that's beautiful. All right, great. And the little sticker sticks right on the back there and covers everything up. So the only thing I don't love about this and the pound mount is the on these Mobula frames. Oh wow, are the camera cables not long enough? Holy hell. Hold up. Let me unwind them. That'll give me a little bit more length. Let's put this camera cable this way. And ooh, buddy, I'm going to need to unwind this camera cable all the way. This, the wires on this Foxy or Pico Nano are just barely long enough. Look at that. Wow, okay. So yeah, the only thing I don't like is that the UFL on the Mobula7 and the quality of this webcam will clean up in a second, friends. Hey, it's 7:01. The Ultimate Freestyle Tiny Whoop auction has officially now begun. We're gonna talk more about it in a second, but yeah, feel free to drop your bids in the chat. It starts at $1, and you do whatever increments you want. But let's really quickly get this knocked out. Yeah, the UFL is in like the exact wrong spot here, but it's actually not too bad. You just fold it under like this, and yeah, it's really no big deal at all. I just want to put a little bit of an angle on this antenna. Yeah, we're going to fly that rig around, and we're going to talk about that rig more in a second. But let's just really quickly knock this out. Knock the rest of this little repair here out. And we'll have a working Mobula7 again. I do not need to use these extra long screws now because I'm using a TPU mount. So let's just get some regular old scroobies and we'll go. So the Ultimate Freestyle 65 that is up for auction right now for the next half an hour is a Mobula 6. I built it from scratch, but it is a Mobula 6 ELRS with a, it's got the ICM gyro, it's got a Meteor 65 black frame, and then it's got WeBLEED FPV Gore 0702 28,500 kV motors on it. BT 2.0, and you're going to get an extra Gore motor. What else does it have? I think that's really it. Oh, GemFan bi-blade propellers, of course, because they're the jam. And yeah, I've built it. I've tuned it. We're going to fly it around a little bit. The BT 2.0 connector is set up to be pretty much as light as possible with the leads connected at a 90-degree angle. I'll show you that in a second as well. But yeah. All right, let's get some screws in here and be done with this 75mm madness. Come on, don't be a jerk. The first time you put these screws into these Mobula7 V4 frames, they're not threaded, and it's a little bit of a pain. It's not too hard though. Sometimes it just takes a few attempts. There we go. So yeah, the first time you're going to feel like you're stripping it out, but you're not. You're actually doing the opposite. You're literally threading it. Okay, so let's get the actual camera mount going here. So I'm going to have to push this screw through the TPU. Sometimes you can kind of do this little dealio and pull the screw into the tip of the, it's still kind of a pain in the ass though. Pull the screw into the tip of the screwdriver. If I can get it through the TPU, I'll be good to go. Let me try this. Let me take thin tipped tweezers. We'll put those through the hole in the TPU and try to open it up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. That's the ticket. That's the ticket. Luke Moltram says, just fly the drone already. How do you expect me to do that, Luke, with the camera hanging off? Is just the camera just hanging up in the propellers and just mangling the wires and shit? What good would that do us? It's going to be hard to fly with the camera looking straight down, my guy. Boy. I mean, I wish it was that easy. I wish it wasn't a pain in the ass to do this, but welcome to Tiny Whoops. Everything is a little bit more of a pain in the ass than you'd think with Tiny Whoops. But hey, man, if it were easy, everybody would do it. All right, come on. Let's get these through here. I guess I didn't open that up as much as I thought. There we go. That is in. I just need to thread it through. There we go. Awesome. All right, we got one. Here we go with number 2. Luke thinks I'm a pain in the ass. I mean, nobody's forcing you to hang out here, brother. You can go if you want. I mean, when I find streamers to be a pain in the ass, I just turn them off. Nothing keeping you. Spend time in life with people that are not a pain in the ass, and you will be living a much better life. I can promise you that. The front one looks like it's a little bit more open, so let's maybe just sneak it through there without needing to open it up, because I did forget. Nah, we're going to have to do this little trick again. So there you go. With these McStinky mounts, there's a little trick. If you're struggling to get the screws through, just take your fine tip tweezers and use those to open the holes up a little bit, and it definitely makes this process a little bit easier. Did the quality clean up? It sure did. Thank you, Logitech. Okay, come on, get in there. Get in there. Jesus, this is brutal. I mean, sort of to be expected, but tiny whoop life is maddening in a lot of different ways. I'm trying not to stretch it out. I want the TPU to be like as tight on these screws as possible. There it is. Persistence, friends, is a required trait if you expect to stay in FPV for any amount of time. So if you're stubborn, stick around. This is a great hobby for stubborn folks. It will test your stubbornness, that's for goddamn sure, and your resolve and many other things. But yeah, if you're a stubborn person, you have found a wonderful hobby that the less stubborn people will never, ever, ever survive in. Every once in a while, I'll get somebody that books my time through Fiverr, and they'll say like, "Oh, I don't want to tune. I don't ever want to build. I just want to do bind and flies." And I'm like, "Ooh, brother, this might not be the hobby for you." It's just like, I get it. I don't want to build either, but man, you kind of have to, unless you got a lot of money. If you have enough money, with how good the bind and flies are nowadays, I think you can kind of swing it. Just keep buying bind and flies, and just when they break, sell them on Facebook Marketplace or FPV Exchange or whatever. But man, that's tough. That is a tall order to want to be into FPV. Mostly it's cinematic folks, right? It's cinematic folks that just don't want to put the time and effort into, like, they want to spend their time editing and flying and all the fun things. But yeah, I mean, realistically, with FPV, it's a tall order to not go down the building rabbit hole. At least to be able to tune. You gotta. I mean, you don't have to, I guess, but it really helps to know how to tune and troubleshoot the damn things, because they just tend to not be straightforward once you're on set and there's some weird wind condition or some strange interference, or man, the number of issues that pop up is kind of absurd. So yeah, that's kind of tough. But hey, look at us go! All right, friends. The Mobula7 Jungle Gym Smasher is back. We are going to test the durability of the McStinky mount and the quality of this Foxeer Pico razor. But for the next 20 minutes of this live auction, we are going to focus on the 28,500 kV ultimate freestyle tiny whoop. It's the ultimate. You are going to get the box that the flight controller came in with some extra screws and a PH 2.0 connector that you're not going to use, an extra video connector if you decide to switch the camera. You're going to get the Gore Edition box with an extra motor in it. This is a Gore Edition 0702 28,500 kV stator with a Happy Model 0702 26,000 kV bell on it. If you blow up this one and you bend another bell, it's easy. You just get more of the Happy Model 0702 26,000 kV motors and pull the bells off, and then swap the bells onto the 28,500 kV stators. You will probably not kill two of these 0702 stators. It's the bells that really take the brunt of the assault. Oh, farts. Hit the wrong button. So yeah, you should be totally good for quite a long time. RunCam Nano 3 camera in the Mobula canopy, Mobula 6 canopy, Meteor 65 frame, GemFan bi-blade propellers, BT 2.0, and supply your own batteries. But let me put this thing up in the air, show you guys how it flies. Most of you already know how it flies because I've been flying it for many months. Not this exact one, but you know, the exact same thing. This is a carbon copy of the best freestyle indoor tiny whoop I've ever been able to build. And we've been flying them quite a bit for the last, year, pretty much. The 0702s have been around. I'm going to put a fresh, brand new WeBLEED FPV battery on this right now. And then we're going to fly some more beat up batteries. But this first battery, this is like the second time this battery's been discharged. So this is the performance that you're going to get with a fresh set of batteries right out of the box from this thing. I didn't realize how whooped my my batteries had become. Oh man, where's my little VTX? Let me cycle the power on it real quick here. Let me not leave this rig plugged in.
Welcome to OpenTX.
If it were my own, I would just say whatever, but since this is going to one of you beautiful people, I'm going to oh wait, look, I unplugged the VRX. What a goddamn champion I am. Look at me go. All right. And where is... There it is. Okay, cool. Let's get this going here. Looks like we're up to 90 bucks already from CMYK. Good lord. Very cool. Here you guys go. Wait, what? Oh, so it's, yeah, so this rig is properly in pit mode until first arm. So keep that in mind. That's going to really keep the temperature down on the AIO, which you want. So I think we tuned this last week, right? Certainly feels like it. I'm not gonna fly it super hard because I don't want to like bang it all up for you guys, but I'm gonna try to keep the crashes to hitting the gates and then the carpet. Like I'm not gonna bring this upstairs. Maybe I'll bring it upstairs for like once or twice, but I'm gonna try to keep the crashes as carpety and lightweight gatey as possible here. I've got the first fucking try. Oh my god. So yeah, I've got the triple cube down here for the first time ever. It's kind of wasted. Like What I love about this triple dive tower is going through the top, but I can't really get through the top other than in these corners, which is kind of silly. But as you can see, this rig has a ton of power. Like, these 28,500s are just amazing. WeBLEED did a great job speccing these motors out. And they've got enough power for pretty much anyone and everyone. I'm a complete lunatic, so I've been doing the 30,000s and the 32,000s on a bunch of my builds. We're playing drums, yo. It even plays drums. This rig will even play the drum set for you. Ain't that some shit? Oh, almost got up in there. So you've got really good throttle resolution from a bunch of Throttle Expo that I have dialed in here. So even though it's got really good power, you can still do all kinds of real technical small stuff like this. But then you hammer the throttle and you've got big throw. Like that. And mega float. What is the battery at? 3.66? Stuff like that. It's just no problem. It's just like one quick little throttle blip. Actually, I'm going to leave the OSD on so you guys can look at the amps. We'll go upstairs super quick. This battery is getting a little low. But this is like a 25-foot ceiling that this thing just gobbles. And, you know, coming out of a big, huge dive from this big, tall ceiling is nothing. You just blip the throttle and you're good to go. Wall rides all day. Playing with ceiling fans. Come on. Oh. Crashed it on the couch upstairs, I guess, though, rather than the hardwood, so. Oh boy, easy, easy, easy. It's hard to, I'm gonna be real honest, it's hard to fly. All of these rigs with these big power motors are hard to fly. If you get it and it's too hard to fly, put motor limiting on. Like, there's no reason to go with a lower kV motor anymore. Get the high kV motor, and then use motor limiting to chill the thing out. And you can have something that instead of like, you can basically have something that you can grow with. And as you get better as a pilot, you can increase the power. Versus like, oh, I'm going to get a starter rig, and then 6 months from now I'm going to need to replace it because it doesn't have enough power or tunability for me. Or at least you're going to have to spend a bunch of money swapping the motors out. You know what I mean? Nowadays, always get a higher kV than you need, and then motor limit it down. So there you go. Oh, looks like Luke needs to be... Thanks, Freelo Joe. I'm actually going to kick Luke off the entire channel. Hide user on this channel. There we go. Cool. So yeah, there you guys go. I had a feeling he might be spammy, but I give people lots of chances. So there you go. That's what it flies like on an absolutely fresh WeBLEED FPV battery. Let's now throw it up in the air on some worked batteries, so that you can kind of, you know, have it. If you've got a bunch of worked BT 2.0 batteries, this is what you can kind of expect here. We've got 11 minutes left on this live auction for the Ultimate Freestyle Tiny Whoop of Ultimate Freestyle Tiny Whoops. Let's put it back in the air. That's weird. I guess Luke has another account. Let's hide that one. Moderators, this is your chance to use the hide user on this channel, if he keeps coming in. All right, so this battery probably has 50 or 60 cycles on it. I've armed it, and now the VTX pops on. Oh, I did not expect to get it through that gate. Ah! Oh boy. I think Luke said get a job. Hey Luke, the joke's on you. This is my job, fuckhead. I win. You're an asshole on the internet yelling at someone. I'm doing my job, which is flying drones. Guess what, bro? You fail. Ah, almost. Almost got it. Twice in a row. These 702 motors are hysterically good, even on these worked batteries. I really noticed which of my batteries are fucked on like the 802 motors. These 702s, man, like they are just, for me at least, they are like everything. You get great runtime. When you blip full throttle, you get a really nice burst of power. And they're, oh, that was sick. And when, yeah, they're just like the best of all worlds, man. Good runtime, good power. You do need to use some throttle expo to get really good, throttle resolution out of them. But that's the case with all these high KV motors. Like, that's a KV thing rather than a motor thing. We are like super pushing the envelope when it comes to KV on these tiny whoop motors. And that's the price that we pay. The price that we pay is that we lose throttle resolution, but luckily Betaflight's got us covered with the with Throttle Expo. It's easy to get that throttle resolution back. So we are minute and 52 in. Oof. And we're still at like 3.7 volts even when flying. Like, it's just nuts, man. Some people say that the 702s lack grunt, and they like the 802s from like a grunt perspective, but man, I get like a minute less runtime. Ah, that would have been sick. I get like a minute less runtime with 802s versus 702s. Like, it's a huge difference. Oh god, is that satisfying. Patrick and I were doing this gap last night. Oh. Get hung up in the gate there. Uh-oh. Get out. That was the quad was stuck under the corner of the gate. Ah, I didn't throw it up high enough. Ah! Come on. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I don't have the GemFan gate set up. Oh! That was so close. Oh, let's try that again. That's just too good. Oh! I got through the first one, but I hit the second one. Oh, we gotta hit that. Hold on. Oh, I'm not lined up. Maybe that's why I'm missing it. One more time. Oh! Didn't have enough height. Look, we're well over 3 minutes. And it's still at 3.5. And we're doing the huge power loop. Ah, there it is, motherfuckers! Oh, boy. That is way too much fun. Alright. So, yeah, there you go. There it is with a worked battery. Is this going to go 4 minutes? No. It's at 3.4. We'll bring it back in. I mean, I could certainly push this battery farther. I could have definitely gotten it over 4 minutes, but I mean, there's no reason for that. So yeah, there you guys go. Mr. Blue Sky is up to $100. Shadow 104 is at 105. There are only 6 minutes left. At $105, I've actually lost a lot of money on this. This is a Mobula 6 that's then motor swapped. So this has got like 150, 160 bucks tied up in it, basically. If you count the fact that the motors you buy a Mobula 6 with are kind of useless. So hopefully the bidding picks up a little bit. But if not, that's okay. Somebody can get a can get a really good deal on it. If that happens, I might not do the live auctions much more, at least with fresh rigs like this. With like rigs that are sitting around, the live auctions make a lot of sense. This is a little bit of an experiment in doing like a fresh built rig in the live auction, and I had a feeling it didn't really make much sense because like this is not a very hard build to do, right? Like anybody can do this build, so I was very skeptical doing this as a live build, but yeah, it is what it is. It's all good either way. There's my shill for you guys to bid more. Could you tell? Is it obvious? Was it obvious? I wanted it to be obvious. No, I didn't. Hey, look, repurpose your little Tiny Whoop pinch cam boxes. They are excellent little battery holders. Got the little Mobula7 batteries in the back there. Let's take a look at the tune on this thing, just for funsies. I remember cranking the tune up and getting it too far, and then backing it off a little bit. So let's look at where we backed the tune off to. Hold on. Before we do that, though, let me get caught up on chat. I realize that I'm super behind on chat, and you guys might be asking questions about this. Hey, I'm gonna push. I'm not gonna be able to get this done in time. This live auction is gonna go until 7:40. 7:40. So 14 minutes from now, the live auction ends, because I want to make sure that I get caught up here on chat. Let me actually move chat over here so I can more easily read it. Ramdongo says, I think Mr. Loops flew it and trimmed the inside bumpers, customizable, and 20 quids. Tuner Taxi says, I'm still stuck on the GNB 380. The GNB 380 is pretty good, but the 300 sags less. And it's a little bit lighter. If you're okay with the GNB 380s tuner, you're gonna love the 300s. There's a noticeable difference. I found that out from Quad 66 actually. PJ says, haven't gotten to check in with the ganglies and CiottiFPV, but it feels like too long. Hope all you beautiful bastards are well. Tuner Taxi says, can I bid with my orcas? Nah, I don't really have any interest in orcas, unfortunately. Ramdongo says, can you throw in some mats? Mats? Bats, maybe? Is B near the M? Sort of. Doesn't come with any batteries because you got to choose what batteries you want. Tiny Whoop, WeBLEED FPV, or Tattoo. I vote for WeBLEED FPV. June Loco says, I made it A. What's good? CiottiFPV in chat. Jason says, did you modify the whip antenna on that Mobula7? I did not. I don't know where I got these from, but I have two of these, like super minimal whip antennas. They're extra lightweight. Yeah, I have no idea where I got them from. And then here's where the bidding started. CMYK bid 90. Stavel, hey, you don't have to tag me when you bid, it's fine. Stavel says, hey, Ciotti, been a minute, thanks for the winning motors, you're certainly welcome, Stavel, enjoy them. Ramdongo says, so what's the build being sold again, been looking recently, so we covered that. Ramdongo says, I'm into drones too, a guy said to me, CiottiFPV, oh yeah, and I said, Mavic 2, got out of it, funny faces, go here, and conversation end, just lost interest. Yeah, Mavics are a great example of people that lose interest. Most people that buy Mavics lose interest. Shadow 104 bidding 95. Very cool. Veritas Uzo says, hey, what's the scoop on the auction for the drone? Just tuned in, call half a sentence. So we've talked about that now. CMYK says, CiottiFPV is flying the build now. WeBLEED FPV's in the house. What's up, Zotek? How are you? What's brewing? I am live auctioning off a WeBLEED FPV gore motored Ultimate Freestyle Tiny Whoop. We'll talk more about the build in a second. Let me just get caught up on the chat. Veritas Uza says, what are the specs on the drone? Again, this is a Mobula7 ELRS AIO with, it's basically, I built it from parts, but what it is a Mobula7 ELRS with the frame swapped over into the damn near indestructible Meteor 65. The motors have been swapped for WeBLEED FPV Gore Edition 0702 28,500 kV fire-breathing monsters. Set of GemFan biblades, BT 2.0 conversion, and that's it. That's the whole build. And then I, of course, have built it, tuned it, all the good things. Ramdongo says, anyway, best ever FPV equals CiottiFPV. Thank you, dude. Mr. Blue Sky with a $100 bid where he tagged me. Shadow FPV tagged me with his $105 bid. CMYK says spec rundown. Got that. And now here's where all hell's breaking loose. Rock Crawler with 125. Do we have 125? We got 125. Rock Crawler 125. Frank Nicholas 125. Same time. Rock Crawler gets it. He bid first. Frank Nicholas, CMYK 130. Do we see CMYK 130? Meteor, it's going to 140. Meteor, just 140. Do I see 145? Frank Nicholas 145. Mr. Blue with 150, 150. Blue Sky with 150. Zefty says full specs, please. We're good to go. Stavold says I'm waiting for the BLV4 auction. There's not going to be a BLV4 auction, Staval. That's getting sent back to Newbie Drone, and if I get another BLV4, it's going into a tiny lifter. So yeah, don't hold your breath on a BLV4 auction. Frank Nicholas, do we have 160? 160 Kevin Sumner, 160. Did I get lost? Do we say 175? 175. Oh, we got 175. Frank Nicholas. Do we have 180? Do we have 180? And is there 180 out there? Is there 180 out there? 9 minutes left. 9 minutes left. Do we have 180? 180. Who's got 180? Somebody got 180? 185? 185? 180. 185? 180. Tuner Dexy says, can I bid my Orca goggles? No, you cannot. Kiss Bartlett says, finally got done my own Mobula7 180. Let's be able to say moving it. June Lucas says, you think Mavic Pilot secondly or rigs and packs today? They certainly do not. Do we have 180? 180. Who's got 180? Do you have 180? Do you have 180? You have 180. I can't do it for very long. It hurts my soul. Rock Crawler with 180. Do we have 185? Rock Crawler took it at 185. Do it at 185. 185. 190. 190. Might turn the Rock Crawler off. If you bid 190, you might turn back Rock Crawler. It like hurts my brain. We talked about it last time, like why the auction people do that, and the general consensus is that they do it to like pressure, to like create insanity and like basically pressure you into bidding. I don't know. That certainly doesn't work when there's 8 more. I can't do that for 8 more minutes. So let's go ahead. Let's check out the tune. High bidder is Rock Crawler at 180. Thanks to everybody that's bidding. It is very cool of you. Let's get into Betaflight and take a look. Here's what the ports tab looks like. Nothing too interesting here. Here's how I have the config. I have moved the PID loop frequency from 2K up to 4K, and it seems completely fine. The CPU load is only at 50%. When I move it all around, it goes up to, I think I saw 53% a second ago, but we're good. Craft name is what can I make the craft name? Oh, I know. Hold on. This will be a surprise for you. I have D-Shot Beacon turned on. Soft Serial for some reason is turned on. You might be able to turn that off. I don't know. Air mode is permanently on. OSD is permanently on. I'm going to save and reboot this so that the craft name is a surprise for you. I did this to Joshua Bardwell at some point. He didn't find it for months. No, wait. I ruined the surprise. Power and battery. I have the minimum cell voltage set for 3 and the warning cell voltage set for 3.2. That's just kind of what I prefer. In PID tuning, we've got a slider tune. The D-gain damping slider is up at 1.1. Stick response feed forward is down at 0.2. I just don't like feed forward. You can certainly, if you're going to change anything on the tune, change the feed forward first. Just move this slider up and you'll get some more sharpness. I personally don't like it, but that's on you. The I-gain slider is turned down to 0.7. I like doing that. The pitch, D, P, and I and feed forward sliders are tuned up to 1.1, and then the master multiplier is up at 1.2. These motors make great power. This is a very lightweight rig, so you don't need a crazy PID tune. Also, this gyro will not let you get a crazy PID tune. Unfortunately, we can't get these AIOs with MPU 6000s anymore. The gyros that these AIOs come with are a little bit more noisy, and so, yeah, the tune needs to come down a little bit. But like I said, it doesn't matter. You guys just saw it flying around. Was there any prop wash ever? Like, not even a little bit. So we've got jitter reduction up at 15. If there's too much latency for you, drop this jitter reduction down to like 10 or so. and you'll have a little bit more sharpness. But the big thing you want to do to get sharpness is going to be this, cranking up this stick response to 1.0 or even 1.5. I-term relax is set at 10, anti-gravity up at 5, dynamic damping gain is at 20, motor output limit all the way up at 100%. If you get it and it's too hard to fly, drop this motor limit down to 80, and as you get used to it, turn your motor output limit up. Dynamic idle at 30, thrust linearization 10. It's got my rates on it, center sensitivity 40, max rate 700, expo 0.7. Throttle expo is at 0.4 with the midpoint of 0.45. That seems a little high. I'm going to check that in a second. And then the filter settings are a little bit aggressive. Gyro low pass 2 is turned on with the slider moved all the way up. And then the D-term filter slider is up at 1.4. We've got one harmonic on the gyro RPM filtering. I do have this on the brand new version of Blue Jay. And then one single dynamic notch with a Q of 300 and the min and max frequency kind of optimized. So yeah, all the little whoop things that we do. The PID sum is cranked all the way up to full power. 4 minutes left on the live auction, friends. It looks like the highest bid is Rock Crawler at 180. Yeah, PID sum is cranked all the way up, and then that's about it. There is a significant amount of RC smoothing here with the auto factor up at 100. You can lower this, but I would recommend that you lower the jitter reduction first. The feed forward jitter reduction coming down from 15 to 10 is going to be a better first step for you to reduce latency rather than you turning this RC smoothing auto factor down. I have both of those things set really aggressively to give me a little bit of stick smoothing. I do not have the most buttery smooth fingers in the world, so I let the electronics smooth things out a little bit for me. I don't think there's significant latency, so yeah, I like the way this is set. But if you want the absolute lowest possible latency, drop that jitter reduction down to 10, drop this RC smoothing auto factor down to like 50, or you could probably go as low as like 20 and still be okay. This is the way I set up my modes tabs. You might need to change that. I have an adjustment set here so that you can turn on or off your OSD with your aux2 channel, which is very fun. D-Shot 300 is on. We are props out. This is my OSD setup that's on here. 2 minutes left, friends, until the live auction ends on the Gardo rotor is getting in at 185. Now the sniping begins. Video transmitter is set up with low power disarm. So when you first turn this thing on, it's going to be in pit mode. You're not going to have any video. When you arm it, it's going to kick up to 25. I have it set for 25 milliwatts. It'll go up to 100 or even 400, but tiny whoops are for in the house. So run it at 25 is my recommendation. But yeah, when you first plug it in, it's going to be in pit mode to keep the temperature down as much as possible. And there's no black box, and that's it. So that's the full setup. 7:38, 2 minutes, 185. Gardo rotor's got the top bid. Ultimate Freestyle tiny whoop. Might be, I'm going to cover shipping for you guys. This might be the only one that I do with this will probably be this will certainly be the only one that I ever do with these version 1 Gore motors. Mr. Blue Sky is in at 190. 1 minute left. Don't try to snipe it. Put the maximum you're willing to spend in now, because yeah, I'm not going to count down the seconds for you. So, yeah, Blue Sky is in the lead at 190. Shipping is free. Comes with an extra motor. Comes with some extra screws and the little cases that the motors and the ESC comes. Ramdongo says MPU 6000 costs 25 extra on the Acon AIO. Worth it. MPU 6000 for life. Although the BMI 270 is really good. Rock Crawler says his wife wants it. He's in at 210. Holy hell. Thank you, Rock Crawler. Thanks to all of you guys. Adam T is in at 215. Oh, shit. I got to give you guys some sort of a countdown. So it just hit 7:40. There has to be like an actual countdown. I'm going to do a 30-second countdown on here. Adam T coming in at 215. Yeah, we have to do some sort of a countdown here. I'm going to put a 30-second timer on, and that's going to be the countdown. Ready? Not 2 hours and 30 seconds. 30 seconds. I'm just going to hold this up, and you guys can go as wild as you want. Frank Nicholas is in at 2:25. Kevin Sumner says, can OBS do a countdown timer? It almost certainly can. I just don't know how to do it, and this is just so much easier. Here it is, friends. I don't know what the delay is like on the chat. It's on you. When this thing hits 0, I'm going to look at chat, and there might be a delay on the chat. So if you want it, hurry now. 2, 1. There it is. Frank Nicholas scores it at 2:25. Congrats, brother. Oh! There's a delay. Hold on. No, there's a delay on the chat. Rockcrawler got. As soon as I said that, I saw Rockcrawler's 2:30. Pick up. I'm gonna do a chat. Kevin Sumner's got the right idea. I'm gonna count it down in chat. There's your 5. Here comes 4. Here comes 3. Here's 2. I'm typing 1. Rockcrawler is in at 2:35 as I'm typing 1. Sold. I get that's the best I can do. I don't know how else to do it. Sold to Rockcrawler for 2:35. I hope that's fair. I'm doing another one of these. And to be honest, Frank, you've been flying a long time. Rockcrawler's wife has probably not been flying for nearly as long as you. This is a better rig for somebody that's a little bit newer. Frank, I'm doing a 32,000 kV version with the light blue frame, which realistically is probably a better bet for you. So yeah, I think that worked out kind of perfectly. Because Bartlett says Rockcrawler is so dedicated he outbid himself. Did you really? No, it was Adam T. Rockcrawler did, well, no, that's true. Rockcrawler bid 230. Rockcrawler gets it for 230 because Adam T came in with a 230 bid as well. So Rockcrawler technically outbid himself. So yeah, Rockcrawler 230, CiottiFPV.com, hit the PayPal button. You got till the end of the stream basically to PayPal me the 230. I'm sure you're good for it. But yeah, thanks guys. That was very fun. Oh my god. All right. And oh, I didn't reply. No, I need to get it. Okay. Awesome. That was fun. Thanks, guys. Adam T says I was looking for a rugged build for my daughter. Adam T, for your daughter, get a Mobula7 ELRS and swap the frame and just leave the motors alone. Yeah, and then it's gonna be like just bomb proof for the most part. Cool. Let me throw this in. I had the bag. Here it is. Throw this in a little bag, and I'm gonna write Rockcrawler's name on it. Congratulations, dude. You've got the only CiottiFPV. Oh, I almost just threw up in my own mouth. Ultimate Freestyle Tiny Whoop build with the WeBLEED FPV gore motors. Rockcrawler. There it is. Cool. So the next one that I build for this little live auction thing is going to be on the full Chaos motors, like I was just saying a minute ago. The full Tiny Whoop 0702 32,000 kV motors. And it's going to be light blue. I've got this hand-dyed Meteor 65 light blue frame here from Jesse over at Tiny Whoop. But yeah, this is a pretty unique one. Because yeah, these are the V1 Gore Edition motors. That was very fun. I like those live auctions. I was a little worried at first when the bidding stalled at like $105. I was like, I got a lot more money than that in this. Hey, speaking of Tiny Whoops, This is a container of 0.99 millimeter drill bits. I will sell you one of these if you buy a sticker from me. $5 will get you a Gangly Gang sticker in either matte or holographic and one of those 0.99 millimeter screw drill bits. Or you can buy a sticker pack for $10. What am I saying? I got these numbers all wrong. It's $5 for one of these, but you have to buy a sticker with it. So it's $10 for a Gangly Gang sticker and a 0.99 millimeter screw bit, or $10. Getting all the numbers wrong. It's $10 for one sticker with the 0.99 millimeter drill bit. It's $15 for a sticker pack with the drill bit. There are two different sticker packs, a matte sticker pack and a holographic sticker pack. The matte pack is a Micro King matte sticker, CiottiFPV logo, and a matte Gangly Gang. And then the holographic pack is a holographic CiottiFPV sticker. Woo! Holographic Gangly Gang sticker. Woo! And a glossy Micro King window cling. This is not sticky, it's a window cling. You guys know what window clings are. You live here on Earth. The 0.99 millimeter drill bit is what you want to drill your tiny whoop props out with so that they don't ruin your motor shafts. 0.99 is the perfect number where they're tight enough to stay on the shaft and not fly off, but they're not so tight on the shaft that you lose all blood flow. Or bend the motor shaft when you're trying to remove the propeller. So yeah, I've got like 8 of these 0.99 millimeter drill bits. There's a pack of 10. I kept 2 of them, and the other 8 are up for grabs. These are really important. So this guy is great. This to some extent eliminates the need for those drill bits, but you're probably not going to have this in your flight bag, and if you have to change a propeller out somewhere, you're going to be pissed. So these are absolutely essential for HQ tiny whoop propellers, because in their unbelievable lack of wisdom, HQ did not open the top of the propeller up. The top of the propeller is closed. So you can't get the propeller all the way down on the motor shaft, and basically what that ends up with you doing is bending the motor shafts because the propeller is sitting up really high, and that makes a nice long lever for it to bend the motor shaft. It's a terrible design on the HQ props. So do not fly HQ tiny whoop propellers without drilling them out so that you can push the propeller all the way down to the motor shaft. Azzy, the newbie drone Azzy props are too tight. If you and then the propeller blades are really weak, so when you're pushing them on, you have to push them really hard, and then you'll bend the propeller shafts and you'll bend the propeller blades and ruin the propeller. So with Azzy props, it's also pretty essential that you drill them out. Now that this thing exists, the GemFan tri-blades that fit really tight are kind of no big deal, but drill them out anyway. Just drill out all your tiny whoop props with this 0.99 drill bit, and your life will get immensely better. It's so annoying when they're too tight, and you can very easily ruin the motor shafts. And there's the PayPal, so it is officially going to Rockcrawler. Thank you, brother. I will get this shipped out. I think I'm doing a bunch of shipping tomorrow, so I'll get it out tomorrow for you. I forgot to tell you to put your address in here, though. Nope, you got it. There it is. Awesome. Thank you, brother. Enjoy. Let's get caught up on chat. Mother Dutson says, maybe you can run a YouTube poll and have the auction end when the poll ends. The polls don't have a countdown timer. Next time, I'm just going to type the numbers into chat. Because when I type a number in the chat and hit enter, you guys see it. I think. I don't know. We'll just have it be a fiasco every time. That's half the fun. In-Flight FPV says, I have my first Tiny Whoop race this weekend. What build would you suggest for racing? Man, do I have you covered, my guy. I have spent a ton of time working on Tiny Whoop builds on Joshua's Ultimate FPV shopping list. So you come here to fpvknowitall.com, you drop this down, you come to Tiny Whoop, and if you scroll down a bunch, there is a brand new full tilt 65mm Tiny Whoop race build. This is a build that I put together by looking at all of the race builds. This is not a race build that, like, I don't race. So this is a build that's been put together by looking at all the fastest guys and choosing items that are commonly in stock. This AIO is pretty much what everybody is running right now. These are not the motors that everybody is running, but these are the motors that are in stock like almost all the time from a bunch of different places. Most of the hardcore racers run 24,000 kV, so these are high enough kV where you can then motor limit them down to 24,000 kV equivalent. So yeah, good to go. The propellers are kind of all over the place. A lot of the really fast guys are running the prototype HQ props that you can't get, but they're tri-blades. These are really the best tri-blades that are currently available. So, and then just snag a set of bi-blades because you might like those. This is the frame that damn near everybody is running. Cameras are a mixed bag, but this is the most popular camera at the moment. The camera mount, the mounts are all over the place. This is the most popular mount that's readily available. This is certainly the most popular VTX. The small antenna is really fragile. It's definitely the most the lightest weight antenna. So I talk about it up here. Where's it at? Where do I talk about the antenna? Yeah, here we go. So this paragraph really explains, this little section explains everything, but this really talks about the antennas specifically. As mentioned, this build prioritizes all performance rather than durability, and the Tiny Whoop small antenna is one of the most fragile components here, weighing 0.25 grams. The top racers usually save this antenna for the important races and then run the standard 1 gram short TrueRC singularity for practice. So yeah, there you go. That kind of calls it out there. And then the batteries, these batteries are all the same. The WeBLEED FPV batteries have the best stickers that don't jam up in the frame. And then you're definitely going to need to go BT 2.0. Absolutely no questions asked. So yeah, there you go. There's your, and I mean, here's even a link to it. That is about as good as it gets when it comes to race builds. Great question, brother. Ramdako says, what ELRS stuff would you need to buy to drive that Whoop? Oh, just a module, just an Express ELRS. I mean, some of the transmitters now have ELRS built in, but if your transmitter does not have ELRS built in, you just have to get an ELRS module. I've got the Beta FPV module, which is one of the cheapest ones, and it works fine. If you want to get like the best module, there's that Ranger module, but there's like weird reports of it blowing stuff up. I think a safer bet for the best ELRS module is this Naminmo, and it's also got purple all over it, which is awesome. But yeah, there's lots of Express LRS module reviews. There are a lot of module reviews out there that you can kind of dig into. But Beta FPV one's been completely fine for me, and it's pretty cheap. Meadowson says, by now you must have generated a ton of Tiny Whoop and WeBLEED sales from people like me with chronic Whoop FOMO. Yeah, I think I'm WeBLEED's top, which is outrageous because Joshua also has a WeBLEED. Joshua is also on the WeBLEED affiliate program. But I think I am WeBLEED FPV's top affiliate, which is just nuts. That's 100% you guys being fucking legends and somehow remembering to use my WeBLEED affiliate link. And that's very cool. TinyWhoop does not have an affiliate program set up. Jesse just like prioritizes making good products, making good stuff versus marketing. Jesse doesn't really do any marketing, and affiliate programs are very specifically like paid marketing. And yeah, I love that. I love that Jesse just prioritizes like making good stuff, making cool content, putting on good races, doing charity work. Like, that's all amazing. He's got a strong enough brand, tinywhoop.com, that he really doesn't have to do marketing, right? So he can kind of get away with that. And yeah, I love that. I love that he does things the way that he wants to do them, rather than like giving in to the way that other people do them. That's super cool. So Julian Dan says, I can't find the Mobula7 ELRS flight controller anywhere. What would another viable option be? It is out there. Who did I just buy one from? Was it GetFPV? You have to search for Happy Model. If you search for Happy Model AIO, I think that's going to be the best way to find it. So this is the one that you want. Happy Model Express LRS F4 5 amp. I think I just bought them from GetFPV, and it looks like they're back ordered. Let's see if RDQ has them. Jesus Christ, with the pop-ups. It's like one of these websites started doing pop-ups, and everybody else was like, oh, so we can do pop-ups now? We'll all do it. Here you go. RDQ has them. Happy Model 1S F4. You got to be careful and make sure that you get the 2.4 ELRS, not the 900. But yeah, RDQ's got them. And then, so this is actually the best thing to search for. Happy Model 1S F4 AIO. That's probably the best thing to search for in Google. So yeah, you can snag one from RDQ right now. TinyWhoop had a whole bunch of them. That's not the right one. But they did. I started talking about how TinyWhoop had a whole bunch of them, and then they sold out. And I don't think they're back in stock yet. Yeah, so here it is on TinyWhoop's website. Happy Model Express LRS F4. So yeah, they're out there. There's almost always one website that has them in stock. Unfortunately, there's... Yeah, the flip side of that is, like, unfortunately, only one website ever has them in stock. Like, that's kind of annoying. But, yeah, there you go. Hey, they're in stock at, nope. WeBLEED has actually never had them, which drives me crazy. Let's just confirm that. Yeah, WeBLEED has never had the ELRS version. Let's see if Amazon has any. Happy Model 1S F4 AIO. Let's see what that finds on here. Come on, meow. There we go. Nah. What? Whoa, $78. No. No. Don't pay $78 for it. Amazon, you're letting the side down. I will say this. It makes a lot of sense to just buy a Mobula6 unless you already have a camera and canopy. Well, this is interesting. $89 for it with the camera and canopy. This is pretty good. This is pretty good right here. Oh, no, it's FR Sky. It's not ELRS. Never mind. I mean, unless you're not going to ELRS. The FR Sky is great. It's fine. There's just more latency. ELRS, you can really tell. It really makes a difference. And the tiny whoops are so fast now that the reduction in latency is kind of a big deal. Good question, Julianne Dan. Fractalize says, have you tried wiring two 1S batteries to parallel, in parallel to use on a 1S AIO board, trying to figure out a solution for a 75mm build without buying a new board or batteries? I have not personally done that, but I mean, it's just electricity. Like it'll absolutely work. Yeah, that'll absolutely work. You just make sure that you like double check it and you wire it up right, because if you do that little pigtail thing wrong, you'll send 2S voltage and you'll blow the AIO up. So I'm going to show you what you don't want to do. I'm going to show you how to do it wrong. This is what I call a tiny lifter, and this has a little double connector here in order to run two of these 1S batteries as a 2S battery. So this is not the way that you want to wire it. You want to wire it opposite of this. All right? I've warned you. So yeah, do it the other way. I mean, you can just go to Google and type in like, how do I wire something in parallel, or I think parallel is the word, but, or you can just do it not this way. So this one here, the jumper between the two goes from so with these BT 2.0s, round is ground. So this little jumper here goes from the not round, the positive side of this, into the ground side of this one. See that? So this is not what you want to do. Got it? And then the positive side of this one here goes to the positive on the AIO, and then the ground side of this goes to the ground on the AIO. But yeah, so I guess what you want to do is link up the ground. I mean, it depends on which side you... I guess you could just do this the other way. But yeah, you want to run the positive to the positive, I guess. Don't quote me on that. Look it up. But yeah, you don't want to do it this way. This is not the way that you want it to be wired, because this will send the AIO 2S. And depending on the AIO, you might blow it up. Might not. It might be okay. Some of the AIOs will actually take 2S, but not many of them. That's pretty rare. All right, friends. It is after 8 o'clock, and Maggie and I need to go grocery shopping, and my stomach is actually also killing me. So let me finish up with, let me get caught up on chat here, and then we'll shut this thing down. Thanks to everybody that got in on the live auction. That was very fun. June Logo says, auction a fractal, please. Probably not, because they're so much more difficult to build. That like I to offset my time, I would need the auction to go for like fucking $300. And that's just silly. Kevin Sumner says, I feel like Jesse's affiliate program is keeping folks like you in good parts. Yeah, very much so. Very much so. Jesse is very, very kind to the people that talk about his stuff. I'll think about it, June Loco, because I will have an extra Fractal 65 frame after I'm done with this Fractal 65 build. So I actually might. Remind me if you don't mind. Matt Anderson says, and if you ever fly outside, that SPI FR Sky will fail safe like 40 feet away. That's true. Yeah. The FR Sky, the FR Sky tiny whoops they can be a little brutal in terms of range. Veritas Musa says, where can I get HD0 goggles within a week? DiviMath doesn't have them. RDQ and GetFPV don't have them either. Wow, that's a really good question that I can't even begin to imagine the answer to. Zotek is in the chat. He says, send me the link for the item. Zotek, it is the Happy Model F4. The Happy Model F4. Which is... Where's the Get FPV link, damn you? Or, not Get FPV. Where's the RDQ link? No! There it is. Oh my god, come on. There we go. There it be. Send it to you on Instagram. Mr. Blue Sky says, have a great one. See you Friday. Veritas Fusa says, do you buy from Chinese companies? I'm afraid to send money to anyone halfway around the world who stares angrily upward. It's my ballsack. I used to. When I first got started in the hobby, everything I bought was from Banggood. It was totally fine. It takes forever to get to you, and you can't really return it, but other than that, it's totally fine. Currently, I have not needed to order from an overseas website in a long time, which is nice. Get FPV, RDQ, and Pyrodrone just have fucking everything. And if they don't have it, I just wait until they do have it. So, yeah, we're very lucky here in the U.S. to have stateside shops that carry tons of stuff. Julian Dan says, do you have an affiliate for Race Day? I do not. Race Day Quads only gives people with over 10,000 YouTube subscribers access to their affiliate program. So, yeah, they're missing out because a lot of other companies get a good amount of affiliate marketing from me. So, it's their loss, not mine. WeBLEED says, message already sent to Happy Model. Very, very cool. Dude, if you can get those AIOs with like BMI 270s or even better, MPU 6000s, oh boy, they will sell fast. If you can get those F4 AIOs with MPU 6000s, get as many as they'll sell you. If you can get them with BMI 270s, get a bunch, because yeah, people are finally figuring out that that's the AIO that actually works and doesn't... A, you can tune it nice. B, it doesn't explode after 5 crashes like the Diamonds and like the X12s and like a lot of the others. So, yeah, that is absolutely the AIO to have, and people are finally starting to figure it out. Although, not for racers. It's not the racing AIO to have. It's the freestyle AIO to have. InFlight says, can you show how you route the TrueRC Singularity UFL under your Whoop canopy, please? I certainly can, and that's going to be the last thing I do. All you got to do is put a little bit of a bend in it, and then it'll fit under there. Real nice like. Real nice like. So, yeah, the UFL is right there. And, I mean, it depends. Some of the... You also have to make sure that you get an ultra short. You got to get a Singularity ultra short. And then... Get some light over here. And then you're going to route it kind of sideways. See, the direction of the thing is kind of sideways there. So it goes over a little bit. And then... Ooh, is that going to be hard to see? Hold on. Do I have a black rig with it? Nope, I do not. Let's try and expose for the whiteness. I just want to show you the angle. I don't know. But there's a little angle. There, you can kind of see it. You got to bend a little angle into it, and then that way it'll just like perfectly fit under there. Like that. There you can see. You see how the antenna is cocked sideways? That's because of the angle that you need to put into the little bend that you need to put into the cable. You'll figure it out. But yeah, it fits right under there. You want the Singularity Ultra Short. It's a 20 millimeter. You can get it from tinywhoop.com or WeBLEED FPV. They both have it. And yeah, there you can see it. Now you can see the angle on that UFL. So yeah, the UFL goes up like in that direction, and then you just get a little bend in it, a little kink in there, and away you go. It'll fit right under that canopy. If you have one of the old Singularity Ultra Shorts, it might be too short. the original Singularity Ultra Short was like 15 millimeters. And I had a conversation with Hugo from TrueRC, and I was like, hey, can you custom make me a few of these a little bit longer to fit under the Mobula7 canopy? And then a couple of months later, all of the Ultra Shorts were that slightly longer measurement that I'd given him. So, which I thought was brilliant. I was like, oh man, I love that he realized, like, oh, this is the best use for this Ultra Short. Let me just make them all 20 mil. That was kind of cool. If you get the regular short, you just run it out the top of the canopy, and you basically end up with something like this. You just stick it right out the top of the canopy, and it's completely fine. So yeah, there you guys go. Meadowson says, I think BMI 270 is good enough since you can run 4K PIDs plus RPM plus SPI receiver on an F411 anyway. The thing about the BMI 270 though is that you can't push the PIDs up quite as high. It just seems to be a little bit noisier. It's fucking fine. ICM gyro is even fine. But technically speaking, because I have these Happy Model boards with all of the gyros now, the MPU 6000 one is like ridiculous. You can push the master slider all the way up to 2.0, and then you can be really aggressive with the P and the D gain sliders. It's just crazy. But the BMI 270 is totally fine, as is the ICM, but yeah, we're splitting hairs. Kevin Sumner says, you're creeping up there on sub 6.9K now. I feel like it was 6.3K over the summer. Yeah, the Whoop season has been very good to me, which is pretty awesome. Northern Tier says, I broke off the UFL trying to do this. Just direct solder it. I've got a video actually on how to direct solder a UFL. It's really not hard at all. If you go to me channel and then you use a little search function here, u.fl. I'm sure there's other, yeah, okay. So there's plenty of stuff on here on YouTube about it. I could have sworn maybe it's a Patreon Tech Talk post. So at the very top of Patreon, there's a couple of tags here. So I tag every single post. So Tech Talk is you can click and then it shows you only the Tech Talk items here. And I think there's one in here with that UFL repair. I could totally be wrong though. RunCam hybrid settings, favorite files, desync, antenna adapters suck, OG firmware, D-shot. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I don't. But yeah, I've done it on stream before. I don't know where the hell that stream is. But it looks like if you just type in repairing UFL, it's pretty easy. If you can build a quad, if you can dodge a wrench, you can build a quad and repair a UFL. If I find the stream, I'll forget to send it to you. Kevin James says, hello, chat and CiottiFPV. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Kevin, but I'm about to shut this shit down. Northern Tier says, thanks, I'll give it a try. Yeah, Northern Tier, you'll get it. There's a UFL is an outer black shielding, and then like a braid, and then a plastic shielding, and then a metal core. The UFL has an outer area, which is where you want to solder the braiding to, the outer braiding, and then it's got a center pad where you solder the center core to. So you strip back the black outer, you strip off a piece of the black outer, Gotta find the video on how to do it. I haven't done it in long enough where I kind of forget. I could have sworn that you can just search my channel for you. Maybe I didn't do UF. Maybe I just did UFL instead of U.FL. Repairing broken ELRS ceramic antenna. That's not it. Damn. Use.FL. TJ drawbacks. Somebody that's watching this will figure out where it's from. And looks like chat is already to the rescue. CMYK dropped a link. CMYK just dropped 2 links. So there you guys go. All right, friends, I'm gonna bail. Love ya. I'll see you on Friday at 7 o'clock. And there's lots of Tiny Whoop related stuff that needs to get done. So we'll dive in. But hey, we got the 7. Look at this. Look how good looking this thing is now. With those dark blue motors and that violet TPU. Ooh, ooh, shit. Ooh, would you just look at it? Look at it. Damn, bro. Look at this thing. Look at it. It even flies. You plug it in, you put your goggles on, and it flies around the room. Oh, damn. You didn't know about that, did you? Little things fly. Ain't that some shit? Look at this. Ooh, wee. Ooh. Where's my OSD? Where's my OSD, yo? Why don't I have OSD? Oh! Hey, this is the Foxeer Razor Pico camera. I don't like it. It's very washed out. It might be really good outside. But look at the, like, over here. It's not handling, like, when I'm here. Look how blown out my little studio area gets. I mean, that's normal. The studio area is very bright compared to the rest of the room, but none of the other cameras do that. This thing is big for in here. Ah! McStinky mount's good though. This is a very comfortable up tilt. There's a bunch of prop in view. Oh! Where's my OSD is the big question. I had OSD before I snarfled the Garthog. Where has it gone? Where has it gone? Where has the OSD gone? Friends? OSD missing. Oh God! Ah! Is this my X12 on its way out? I don't know when to land. Oh, you shitbag. I'm not gonna be able to get out of here, am I? No, the left props are all jammed up in something. God damn it, Jim. That's some high quality electronics. The OSD just disappears when you change the frame. Yeah, this thing feels good up here. Oh, I hit the fan! Well, crash test. There's an azalea! A wild azalea has appeared! This thing boogie, man. Power! These 20... Oh, shit! These 27,000 kV 0802s with the 1.6-inch bi-blades. Fucking shred. Oh! Oh. Ah! Oh! Ah! It's heavy, man. It's slidey. It slides all around. Where the hell is my OSD? I don't know what, I mean, the battery still feels okay. Oh! Where the hell is that? Where even is it? I see where it is. It knocked the thing down on top of itself. All right, friends, I think that's gonna about do it. Mic sounds good on headphones. What? Julian Dan, yeah, it's McStinky, MCSTINKY on Thingiverse. Not blown away by this camera inside, but maybe it's really good outside. I'll let you guys know. But that's going to do it for this live stream. Thanks for hanging, friends. I love ya. CiottiFPV.com is how you can help me keep doing this full-time forever. And, yeah. Do good things. Freelo just says, if diff cam. What's that mean? You guys weren't just looking at me the whole time, were you? I'm pretty sure I had... Pretty sure I had the camera set properly. Let me get you some music to play myself out. Black Hole 2 channel, this button, and here's some more flying from Florida. Be good, friends. See you Friday. OSD cam diff. What's that mean? Come on now. Come on, meow. Yeah, it was so windy in Florida. This, admittedly, I think I need to get this rig tuned a little bit, but a little bit better. But I don't know. We'll see. Bye-bye, friends. I love you. Bye-bye.